Yeah, good. It's been a mad couple of weeks. I mean, we had obviously Catterall against Eubank. Then we had Katie Taylor against Serrano. The ring card in New York with Shakur and a great night. And then fresh off Texas with Bam Rodriguez unifying again. Pacheco, Ammo, big card. Obviously, Usyk Dubois back home on the zone. Another massive event for the UK. And yeah, just some very brief downtime before we get going again. Some big announcements coming as we gear up for August, September, October, November, and a couple of, like I said, major World Championship announcements, stadium announcements, and yeah, all in the coming days.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it. But yeah, let's just reflect on Texas. By all means, a pretty successful night. Good performances from Bam Rodriguez, Diego Pacheco, Ammo Williams, Amari Jones making headlines, Nishant Dev. So yeah, happy overall with the show in Texas.
Yeah, really happy. I mean, I think our stable in America is second to none. I really do. And obviously, kind of the three kind of figureheads at the moment. Shakur, obviously, see what happens with him in the future. Jerome Boots Ennis, massive future ahead. Jesse Bam Rodriguez, obviously other fighters, Dimitri Bivol. I mean, we've got multiple fighters in the pound for pound list now. Bam is definitely someone who, at 25 years of age, we are extremely proud of. I mean, this is a guy. I've got to shout out Kevin Rooney as well, our US matchmaker, because Robert Garcia and Kevin Rooney really saw the hype.
Eddie Hearn didn't hold back. He blasted Daniel Dubois for showing up at a pre-fight party just days before facing Oleksandr Usyk. To Hearn, that's not confidence, that's distraction. He believes moments like these can break a fighter's focus, drain their edge, and shift the entire outcome of a fight. In boxing, timing and discipline are everything. One night out can cost you everything you've trained for, and Hearn's message is clear. When the stakes are this high, the fight begins long before the first bell rings.
No, I don't think it was one-sided. At the end it was. I thought Daniel gave a good account of himself in a couple of the rounds. But, he's an unbelievable fighter, Usyk. Modern day great. And you've got to take your hat off to him. In any generation, he'd be a great fighter. And Daniel, I hope you can learn from it. But, as I say, the better man won on the night.
Can I just ask you, I didn't see you on the front row. Where were you in that main event?
In the corner.
Okay, what were you saying?
Telling him to use his jab more. When he was doubling his jab and using his jab, letting his right hand go, he was having some success. But listen, it didn't happen. It wasn't his night. As I say, the better man won on the night. That's how it is.
Is he unbeatable, Oleksandr Usyk?
We'll find out. His next fight will be against Joe Parker.
I know, I'll come on to that in a second. But with Daniel Dubois, look, he's 27 years old. He can come again, right?
I hope he can. He's got to learn from it. If he don't learn from it, then he won't come again. But it's up to him. It was a tough night for him, a tough night.
Is he okay, health-wise?
Obviously very, very disappointed.
But in terms of...
Frank Warren pulls back the curtain on Daniel Dubois' emotions after the loss to Usyk. He reveals a young fighter humbled, reflecting on every mistake and realizing how much focus and preparation truly matter. Warren says defeats like these can either break you or build you, and for Dubois, it's a chance to rise stronger. This wasn't just a setback, it was a lesson. A moment that could transform him from a contender into a complete fighter. For fans, it's a rare glimpse into the mindset required to survive and succeed at boxing's elite level.
I think initially, when this fight was announced, I thought Frank's been really ambitious putting this fight at Wembley. Really ambitious. I thought it's not going to sell. And if you're into boxing, you'll get it. It's a good fight. But to fill out Wembley, you need that crossover appeal where your granny, who don't even know boxing, she's got word of it, she's found out about it, and they watch it. And this is why it wasn't full. And it wasn't, they'll tell you it was full, the place wasn't full. And I know they were giving tickets away at some point, so I hear they were giving tickets away at some point. But it wasn't full. It was just an ambitious shout from Queensbury to do that, which I get that. They was hoping it'd sell better than it did. Then you look at the fight itself. You look at Oleksandr Usyk. This guy's his conduct in and out of the ring, before, during and after the fight, is the reason why when he walked in, he was cheered as loud as Daniel, who's from here. When he won, he was cheered louder than any Brit that was born and bred here. And that's why the fans, he's a fan favourite. The fans love him because he's one of the very few fighters that when he walked in, they were cheered like they were homegrown talent. And I kind of thought, wow, well done there. Daniel came in, he got a cheer, but I didn't hear one boo. I didn't hear one disgruntled fan.
Johnny Nelson doesn't pull any punches when breaking down Dubois' pre-fight decisions. He points straight to the danger of poor discipline, reminding fans that one wrong move outside the ring can decide what happens inside it. For Nelson, boxing isn't just about strength or skill, it's about mindset. He stresses that mental focus is every bit as vital as physical preparation, and distractions can destroy even the most talented fighter. It's a sharp reminder that at the elite level, perfection isn't optional, it's survival.
He's a good fighter, you know. He's got a real good trainer in Andy Lee. Both of them have earned the right to fight for the title, and that's going to be a tough fight, but they're going to fight Dubois. And then, of course, everyone's going to look now to unify it once again, even though he already did it. They're going to look for Usyk to unify it again with a guy that he has beaten. But again, a guy who's a different version of himself now. He is, in Dubois. But they asked the right question. The reporter said, Teddy, who's on the horizon? Because in their mind, he beat everyone. And some of the guys that are all right, they're not at that level yet. They're not developed enough. They're not like the kid I talked about, who I think a lot of, Ituuma. You know, it's not time for him yet. So who's on the horizon? Who's there now to beat Usyk? And I gave an answer. You ready for my answer?
Yep.
Teddy Atlas delivers a masterclass in analysis, dissecting Usyk's game with the precision of a surgeon. He reminds everyone, even the best can be beaten if the right plan is in place. Atlas breaks down Usyk's rhythm, his movement, his control of range, and then weighs it against what Dubois could bring into the ring. For him, it's never just about talent, it's about preparation, timing, and unshakable belief. His words pull fans deep into the tactical battlefield where every mistake, every adjustment can decide destiny.
Do what he's got to do, and I don't really see any other fights for Oleksandr Usyk. One thing I will tell you is, don't count your chickens. I don't think Daniel Dubois will necessarily...
Eddie Hearn lays it out straight. Dubois won't earn a rematch just by asking. He has to prove he deserves it. Hearn drives home the message that boxing isn't just about power, it's about growth, strategy, and consistency. Every setback is a lesson. Every fight, a test of focus. In this sport, respect isn't handed out. It's earned through discipline, decisions, and the will to rise stronger every time.
He's fighting the craftiest heavyweight maybe of all time.
Yeah.
Usyk is so slick. He is,
Yes.
I mean, he's the guy who's trained by the same guy that Lomachenko was trained by.
Joe Rogan, never one to sugarcoat his thoughts, couldn't hide his admiration for Oleksandr Usyk's brilliance. He praised Usyk's composure, precision, and dominance, calling him the GOAT right after that stunning knockout. Rogan's reaction wasn't just hype, it was acknowledgement from one of combat sports' most respected voices. When Rogan speaks, the world listens, and his words only solidify Usyk's growing legend among fans and analysts alike.
Unbelievable. I'm so grateful to be sharing this experience with the lads. I'm so grateful to all of you for supporting us, to give us opportunities where so many of you lot tune in, support us, that we get to have these experiences. So big thanks to everyone. I appreciate I'm living a boxing fan's dream, being able to do that on Saturday night. I mean, it's undisputed. The first time ever in the UK, Daniel Dubois, the British lad, is going after all the belts, but he's taken on the greatest fighter of a generation in Oleksandr Usyk, and I'm going to be there. And just thanks. I just want you to know I'm grateful. Now, I'm going to do a few videos this week, obviously, to break the fight down, but on today's video, I wanted to return to the scene of the crime, to Wembley, to that night in September where Daniel Dubois made his claim for being the greatest heavyweight in the world now. We all know what Usyk has done. We all know he's getting older. And he really stood up and was like, no, I'm that guy now. When he destroyed...
Tony Bellew delivers a sharp ringside-level breakdown of the Usyk versus Dubois showdown, dissecting every crucial moment and tactical shift. He highlights Usyk's masterful control of pace, his ability to dictate distance and tempo, and his unmatched ring IQ that turned the tide of the fight. Bellew doesn't overlook Dubois' effort, pointing out where adjustments could have changed the outcome. His analysis gives fans a deep strategic understanding of how elite-level boxing truly works, where every faint step and decision defines victory or defeat.
He done a very good fight, wasn't he? I think he gave away, what was he?
Always Gratis, yeah, but I stone or even more because it's, when they weigh in, they put on extra anyway, don't they? But he done exceptionally well. The thing what he done wrong was loading up with the shots, and obviously with him being a bigger fella, he got used to the power a bit. But Gratis will take a lot away from that. That's what he needed. As you can see, listen, he gave the fella a beating altogether, but he was very tough. What's his name? Scott Forrest. Scott Forrest, yeah, very tough kid.
He's
So he deserves full credit.
Yeah, he's been part of Team GB as well, so he's not like he's no mug. He's been around the amateurs, obviously been in the pros as well.
Yeah, listen, it's a fantastic experience for him. I think that's what he needed.
What do you kind of make? I know your ring walks a bit not as like as Gratis is. What do you make of his ring walks? And how does somebody do that and then 3 minutes later he's like trying to smoke someone?
Listen, he lives and breathes the boxing, doesn't he? He loves it. So it's all good. All part of the job, isn't it? Entertainment and...
Huey Fury weighs in with a thoughtful take on the Usyk versus Dubois clash, breaking down both fighters' game plans and execution. He points out the unique challenges Dubois faced trying to solve Usyk's elusive, ever-moving style, and suggests the tactical adjustments that might have changed the momentum. Fury's perspective adds a layer of technical depth to the discussion, offering fans a closer look at the mental and strategic battles that define modern heavyweight boxing. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Whose side are you on, Usyk or Dubois? And who do you think wins the fight? Share your prediction. Let's see who gets it right.